Hi, Leo. Let's do a reading for you and see how things might be going for you. And this is a general reading, so please only take with you what resonates and just leave the rest behind. And you might check your other placements. Say sun, moon, rising, maybe Venus. And now let's get a card for your overall energy. Exchanging gifts. So Leo, this is saying during this time, there is going to be something in your life where there's going to be an exchange. It could be about anything, say work, relationships, family dynamics, abundance, but there is an exchange. It is not just a gift. It's not a one-way thing. It is a two-way street, okay? Now let's get a card for your past. See what we find out here. High priest or priestess. So I feel like this is talking about that in your past, you were using your intuition to help you with something. And it can also, in general, make reference to the spiritual side. Maybe, going within, spending time contemplating, but definitely using your intuition. Okay, let's get a card for your current energy. And then we're going to go back through and get some tarot in just a few minutes. Let's see. Use your mind wisely. Okay. So I really feel a connection between these two. And right in the middle, you do have the High Priestess, which is all about intuition, potentially secrets. So your current energy is saying you need to use your mind wisely. And it feels like it's got something to do with an exchange, and that it is important for you to use your intuition during this time. There could be something that you're not seeing, potentially secrets or something. So do focus on this. Matter of fact, I think we should go ahead and just start taking tarot with this. Okay, let's get some clarification for your overall energy. What is this exchanging gifts about for Leo? You have the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, and the Nine of Wands. So you have two nines. And nines are indicating that the end of something is coming. Okay. Now here with the Nine of Swords, this is a lot of stress, a lot of worry, concern. And it usually has to do with something that you have been through. So it could be apprehension, about doing this because of your past experiences. Now here with the Emperor, he is ready. He's ready to charge forward. He makes wise decisions. It's a very powerful energy. So it looks to me like whatever this exchanging gifts is about, that it has caused you a lot of concern, but you are stepping into your power to take action, to do what you feel is right. Very powerful. Now here you have the Nine of Wands. This could be that you're tired. You're standing guard. You've been standing guard. In other words, you have been aware of what's going on and trying to keep everything within the boundaries that you are okay with. So it looks like whatever this is concerning, you are getting out of the stress of it, bringing in your power. And what's coming to me is it's just a feeling of having enough, you know, just being done. You know, you could be very tired of whatever this has been about. Okay, now let's see about the High Priestess, your past. Like I said, it could be, it's definitely intuition, could also be secrets. You have the Page of Cups, beautiful, a new beginning, and death. All right. So it looks like you're stepping into an energy of where there's an opportunity coming forward. And there could be surprises with this. Intuition is involved with Cups energies, and this is about intuition. A new beginning, one that you really desire. And here is death. This is a big change out of one situation, scenario, and into something new. And what's coming to me is chapter, like the end of a chapter. Okay? So, in the recent past, it looks like you used your intuition, which is bringing in or brought in this opportunity to go forward with something you really wanted. So, you were definitely wanting to create this change out of where you've been and into where you want to be, which of course could have to do with this. Now let's take a look at the Pig Spirit, which is your current energy. Use your mind wisely. You have the Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the King of Cups. Now this Knight of Wands is taking action. It's a quick moving energy, but this is where you're taking action to go for something that you desire. Here you have the Seven of Swords, and this can be somebody doing something deceitful, something that's not in your best interest, but it can also be you creating a strategy. So because of the potential for secrecy here, it could be either or. But yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards a strategy, because here's your current energy. You've been through this. And I feel like this brought in awareness to this possibility, okay? So it could be either or both, but that you are definitely taking steps, taking action to go for what it is that you want. And this is like the preparation to this. And here you have the King of Cups. It's wonderful energy. This is also all about intuition and being in the flow, you know, being even when it comes to your emotions, feeling them all and acting on them, but not letting any of the challenges best you. You stay in control. This has also got a lot to do with love. So this current energy, this, I feel like it really is making plans. It can have almost like a side note that you're aware that maybe somebody's done something that's not in your best interest, but it doesn't have to be that. But definitely making plans, because here you are in your power. You know, you've thought things through or are thinking things through, and you're prepared to go forward. He's even looking forward. Here, because of your past, you are well aware that you're needing to have a strategy, and it is driving you to take action going for your desires. All right, now let's get a card for your challenge and opportunity. So really kind of what I've been feeling so far with this, and this seems definitely to be a focus here, is that there might have been something behind the scenes, but that you are most likely aware of either all of it or most of it. And so you're prepared to make the decisions to help you to go forward in the way that you really want to go. And you're definitely in your power. I feel like you're tired of doing what you've been doing, some aspect of it. You're tired of the stress. So you're standing tall and you are going to take action. Anxiety. Okay. But now at the bottom of the deck from taking that, you have blossoming abundance. So yeah, definitely there were anxious times, or are anxious times, but you are getting out of those. Probably because you have been creating a strategy. You're in control of your emotions. You know you're going forward. So you're getting out of this energy and going into this abundance. Down a little. Okay. So let's get a few cards for that. So your challenge is to get out. Oh, that one came out. You have two. Your challenge is to get out of the anxiety and go into what is abundance for you. Here you have the Tower and the Queen of Swords, being in your truth. So it might take a tower in order for you to take the action that you need to take. It doesn't have to take a tower, but you can say that if you don't create the change, the universe could come in and create it for you. But I don't think that's what's going on, because here you're in your truth. All you want is the truth. And throughout here are smatterings of intuition, you know, having the way of knowing, right? So I think you're definitely in your truth. And I think you'll be the one creating the tower if one does come, because you're tired of being in the anxious mode, in this anxious emotion. You want the blossom and abundance to come in. So being in your truth and saying, okay, I'm done, which is really a good energy, very much so. All right, now let's take a look at your thoughts and desires. See what might come up from that. Well, this jumped right out. Didn't even have a chance to shuffle. Okay, a personal issue reaches resolution. You want whatever has been going on to be done. And I would have to say you're definitely sick of it. You're tired. You're exhausted. Emotions are running high. Okay. Well then. Yeah, okay, this kind of fits in here as well. Emotions are running high. And you're done. The anxiety, you know, the stress, you're done. So you're bringing in this resolution in order for you to feel the calmness that you want. So let's see what the tarot would like to share. This one kind of wanted to flip out there. Oh, good. So you have the Page of Swords. Here you have the Queen. Here you have the Page. So yeah, you're seeing through whatever the problem is and creating the change because you are seeing your truth. This is so far, so much of this is all about being tired and just done with the challenges that have been, the word that's coming to me is plaguing you, okay? You are creating the change. You're going to be in your truth and make the difference so the happiness comes in. Yeah, take a look at this. At the bottom of the deck, now you have the King of Swords. Here, all you want is the truth. Here's an opportunity or a message coming in about the truth, communication. Here's the King of Swords. This is you taking action, definitely, on your truth, using your wisdom and your knowledge. Okay, big changes are coming. And this is how you're feeling, what you're thinking, you know, the changes. All right, now let us take a look at your strength. Mountain. Your strength is overcoming the issues. Because what Mountain talks about is isolation, delay, obstacles, deadlock. It's, you know, a barrier that has been in your way to your desired outcome. And it could be about unforeseen events, you know, slow movement. So your strength is being done with this. You're finished. You're not going to take part in whatever this challenge has been. You're done, which is wonderful. So your strength is bringing an end to what has been going on to create the change that is your truth. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Six of Cups. This is you looking back and having fond memories, typically. You know, there are lots of love, care, concern. But what I'm feeling about this is looking back to a prior time where the potential exists that there was something similar, or maybe it's whatever happened to bring this into being. You're looking back on that and saying, oh, I see what happened, why it happened, and I am taking care of this. It's done. I know what to do. Here you have the Four of Swords. Now it's saying, you know, reflect on this, and take care of yourself. The Lovers, yeah, and it's a decision that you need to make. So this is your strength. Now let's go on to see the future. Okay, loyal heart. You have loyal heart. And this is saying, most likely, use your wisdom and be true to yourself. And these cards do reflect that, like you've had the King, the Queen, the Page of Swords. So this is using your wisdom to make the decisions where you are being true to yourself. And it could have to do with others as well. Oh, that one didn't come out. What else? Maybe only two want to come out for this one. Yeah, I think it's just two. What's coming to me, okay. If you look here, it's a heart. And here's two L's taking the shape of a heart. And what I'm hearing is these are two sides of the heart. Here is you going in because you have questions. You want answers. And again, using your intuition. By going inside, asking these questions, and here, like looking back, you are going to find some wisdom in here, which is going to create a big change. The Wheel of Fortune. Everything's going to start turning in your favor. Okay, so this is really nice. Make for sure you use your wisdom. Be good to yourself, loving to yourself. Go in and find out why this exists and create the change, which is going to be turning in your favor. Okay, now let's see how to proceed. Well, this kind of slid off. We'll take a look at this. How to proceed. Let Spirit be your guide. There is always enough. So this is definitely talking about finances, abundance. You don't need to worry. Time for a deep dive. And that has been mentioned throughout here too, that you need to go within and find out what, why, how, what to do. Know your own worth. I think that's really big here because that could be part of the issue. And realize that this and that are true. Okay? Because there can be more than one truth to anything. But the card that really wants to come out is Let Spirit be your guide. And at the bottom of the deck, the split, you have Bring a Gentle Touch and Sing Your Own Song. So do be gentle with yourself. And I think this is about singing your own song. Being able to stop doing what you have been doing if it's not in your heart to do so. I think it's very specific. The tarot is being very specific. The Knight of Pentacles. The slowest knight in the deck. Taking action, going forward, but making for sure that you're very particular and that you notice, pay attention to, take account of, or for whatever has been going on, what you see coming in, and how to address it. Now, what you do see. So Leo, this is very, very interesting. Definite change here based on your truth. Disruption. You do see the disruption. Now at the bottom of that, you have trust. So there might have been something that interrupted the trust that you have or had for somebody or something. Okay? Wow, those just flew right out, didn't they? Okay, your first one is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is you planting the seeds, nurturing them, taking care of them, In other words, developing what it is that you're wanting to come into existence and having patience. That's a key word here. The King of Wands is very powerful and goes for what they desire. And you have the Knight of Cups. So this is you putting an end to the disruption by planting the seeds, using your wisdom and having patience until it is time to take action. And when it is time to take action, you are going for it, and it is something that you love. But now, interestingly, I can feel the King of Wands being a quick, fiery energy. But this Seven of Pentacles and this Knight of Cups are both slow energies. So I feel like you need to balance. There's going to be a time to go slow and a time to, I think this is decision, firm decision, and then take action, but in a loving way, going for what it is that you truly want. All right, now let's take a look at what you don't see. And I feel I'm drawn to this deck, okay? What you don't see. Love life. You do not see the love. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you have ships. That could be travel. But love life and ships, moving away from something that you thought had to do with love. And it could be romance, but it could be anything where you felt there was love involved. But I feel like it's moving away from it because you're seeing your truth and the truth and using your wisdom. So there was something maybe that you were doing or wanting and finding out that that's not what it was cut out to be. Okay, this one is not. Okay, let's see what we have here. King of Pentacles. This is an energy which is a wonderful energy. Totally abundant, very caring, very stable. And so it's kind of making me feel like letting go of something either that you loved or you thought you loved. Because here, he is a king. He's as high as he can go in Pentacles. And I think you're seeing a truth. Maybe there's something you thought you loved, but realized that you really did not. Here, moving towards what you love, going for those peaceful waters, going for what it is that is really right for you. And then you have the Queen of Wands. And in here you have the King of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, very attractive. She goes for what it is that she desires. And there's an element within her where she doesn't care if people don't like it. She's being herself, being true to herself, going for what it is she wants. So I think this little part here is saying quite a bit. And I think it's that there was something that you really thought you wanted, that you thought you loved, that you thought you wanted in your life. And then you're coming to the realization, no, that's not it. Or at least some aspect of it isn't. And so you are coming to a strong understanding and taking the action to go for what it is that really is important to you. Okay, now let's see the potential outcome. Yeah, this whole reading is making me feel like there was something going on where maybe you thought it was your truth, or maybe at one time it was your truth, and then you realized over time it isn't, or no longer is, and you are creating the change. That whatever you thought it was that brought in happiness was actually bringing in a lot of stress. So you're creating this change so you can truly go for your happiness. What is real for you? Okay, here you have remain positive. That will help you to achieve your goal. And at the bottom of the deck, it says look for a sign. So there are going to be signs and synchronicities coming in for you. Remain positive because what you want is coming. Whoa. We had one that flew. Okay. Well, you have quite a few that want to come out. Let me pick up that one. Okay. The one that jumped, that definitely caught my attention is the King of Swords that was at the bottom of the deck over here. Let's see what else we have. All right. The King of Swords. So that makes it twice. You are definitely going to be taking action. It could be in the form of communication, doesn't have to be, but where you're using your truth, your wisdom, your knowledge to go for what it is that truly is what you want. You are letting go of this feeling trapped energy. And what I'm feeling about this is, I think there was a time when you didn't realize it was a trapped energy. But as you worked through this, or are working through this, you're realizing, yeah, it wasn't where you wanted to be. It wasn't what you were really desiring. So by using your truth, you're letting that go. And here's the Two of Wands. This is you going for what you want. You can see the path. And you have the Empress, which is abundance. It's a beautiful energy. The Mother archetype, very creative. What you want will be coming in for you. And here you have the Three of Wands. And this is saying what you want is here for you. Take action to go get it. So it's no wonder that the angels are saying remain positive, because here you're seeing the truth, letting go of what was holding you back. And you have both the 2 and 3. Seeing the path that you want, that is just right for you. It's well lit. And taking that path, which is bringing you this beautiful abundance. So it's wonderful. All right. I think, and at the bottom of the deck, you have Chariot. The Chariot, which is, major arcana. You taking strong action, going for what it is that you truly want. So this whole thing is about letting go of something that wasn't right for you and going for what is and achieving it. And in the process of doing that, you're able to let go of what you've been doing that has been bringing you down. Okay, let's see advice, what the universe would like to share. King of Wands again. Go for what it is that you truly desire. Powerful energy. Here we have very fast, positive moving energy. And again, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So what I feel this is saying is plant the seeds, take action on the seeds. It's going to bring in this very positive energy that you truly want. And you're going to be going forward with this because of your desire. And it is a king, so it's as high as you can go. So you are going to get that desire. You know, and like right here, this is your overall energy, you know, the stress. Here you have the Emperor. And remember, here you have the Empress. So you have the divine counterparts. You are creating the change, getting out of the stress, letting go of having to always monitor, be on guard, etc., and going for what it is you want. Okay. Thank you so much. I really hope this helps. This looks absolutely wonderful. To be able to let go of what you don't really want, even if you did it one time. To be able to go for what you do want and be successful at it. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And I didn't count the kings, but I know you had the King of Swords twice. You have the King of Cups. You have the King of Wands twice. King of Cups, King of Swords, King of Wands. I even think you have the King of Pentacles. Yes, right? You have all four kings. Wonderful reading. Thank you, Leo. Have a great time, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.